Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're getting into the real nuts and bolts, looking at some high-end video gear.
Yeah, we've got a product listing here from HDTV Supply. It's for their WolfPack 4K 1x8 HDMI 2.0 splitter, the one with EDID management.
Right, HDTV Supply, they mentioned being a 25-year global home for this stuff. So our mission today
is basically to pull out the three key technical specs from this listing. Sure. The things that really explain why this specific splitter matters for, serious 4K setups.
Okay, so let's start with the basics. It's from the WolfPack line. HDTV Supply is the vendor. And its job is, well, pretty straightforward on the surface. Takes one HDMI source
and splits it perfectly to 8 different HDMI TVs or displays. Same audio, same video.
Simple enough. But the pricing tells a story too, right?
It does. Originally listed near $400, now it's $100. That's a big deal.
So pro-level features are becoming much more accessible.
Exactly. Which brings us right to the first critical point. Compliance. Why can't you just, grab any cheap splitter off Amazon for this?
Good question.
Well, it's all about protecting the content. For modern 4K stuff to actually play, especially from premium sources, the gear needs to meet certain standards.
Like HDMI 2.0.
Yes, HDMI 2.0, definitely. But just as vital is HDCP 2.2, high bandwidth digital content protection. It's basically encryption.
Ah, the digital handshake.
Precisely. If any part of the source, the splitter, the TV doesn't support HDCP 2.2, the source often just won't send the high-quality signal. Blank screen.
Sure. So if you're using, like the listing says, a 4K Roku 4 or maybe a 4K DirecTV Genie,
they demand the HDCP 2.2 connection. This WolfPack unit has it on all inputs and outputs. That's requirement number one. Non-negotiable, really.
Okay, so compliance is the foundation. What does that foundation enable? What's the second key detail?
Performance.
Okay.
Because it is HDMI 2.0 and HDCP 2.2 compliant, it can actually handle the data rate needed for 4K by 2K video at a smooth 60 Hz.
60 frames per second. That's important for sports, gaming.
Crucial. And interestingly, tucked away in the Q&A section of the listing, it confirms support for BT by 2 2020 colorimetry.
Okay, BT 2020, that's the wider color gamut. Rec 2020.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You need that for the full impact of HDR, high dynamic range, deeper, richer colors. So it's not just splitting the signal, it's preserving that high bandwidth, high quality signal across all 8 outputs.
Impressive. High frame rate, deep color across 8 screens. But here's where I always get a bit lost with splitters. Why does it need management features? Isn't its job just splitting?
Ah, yes. This leads us perfectly to the third and maybe the most critical technical detail, especially for installers, ED management.
ED, okay, remind me.
Extended display identification data. It's how your source device, like a Blu-ray player or streaming box, asks the TV, what resolutions and features can you handle?
Right, the negotiation.
Exactly. Now imagine connecting 8 different displays. They might all have different capabilities, a mix of older 1080p screens and newer 4K screens, perhaps.
So they're all shouting different answers back to the source.
Precisely. It's chaos. And usually, the source device just defaults to the lowest common denominator to ensure something shows up everywhere, or sometimes it just fails.
So your fancy 4K source ends up sending a 1080p signal because one old monitor is connected.
Or worse. That's where the WolfPack's ED management comes in. It has 8 user-adjustable EDI modes.
So it steps in the middle?
Kind of like a translator or a mediator. It can manage that EDI communication, presenting a consistent, optimal profile back to the source, even if the connected displays vary. It helps solve those problem installs, as the listing mentions. They even point you to a resource about EDI.
So it actively fixes compatibility issues. It's not just passive.
That's the key. It's an active manager. That's a huge difference from a basic splitter.
Got it. And for anyone looking to actually buy this, the listing mentions it's TAA compliant, usually ships same day.
And they give a direct number, 833 WolfPack. Good support access.
So wrapping this up, the takeaway here is that this HDTV Supply WolfPack splitter isn't just about making copies of a signal.
No, not at all. It's a piece of specialized gear designed specifically to handle the modern complexities of 4K video distribution. It ensures compliance with HDCP 2.2, maintains high bandwidth for 4K 60 Hz and wide color, and critically, it actively manages EDI to prevent compatibility headaches.
It's about maintaining signal integrity and managing those digital protocols.
Right.
Which leaves us with the final thought for you, the listener. Considering how much tech, like this active ED management and mandatory HDCP 2.2, is built into components just to handle content protection, how much of our setup complexity and cost is actually driven by DRM, rather than purely by the pursuit of the best possible picture and sound quality? Something to think about.